This is the Sanford Edible Garden Trail, and today we are going to show you, Cole is here with me, who we meet in a moment. Well, there's Cole. We're going to show you Cole's amazing homemade fertiliser that he uses with herbs and cow poo and all sorts of things like that, and he uses it to fertilise his 350 odd fruit trees that are on this property. So stick with us and we'll show you that in a moment. Okay, so we're going to take you around this water tank in a moment and show you the fertiliser. But just before we do, I want to show you something. Look at these pawpaws or papayas. Papayas, these are. Look how laden they are with fruit. They're absolutely amazing. And what I wanted to point out is this is what it's like to grow food at home. Okay, so Cole, what's this on here? This is...
It's a black spot, which is a disease that has is fairly prevalent in southeast Queensland. Commercially, there's lots of fairly nasty sprays that can be used on it, but we tend to use wettable sulphur, and it doesn't really affect the quality of the fruit, although they can look a bit spotty. And certainly worse than that, but still they haven't been sprayed with anything too toxic then.
So we were speaking just a few moments ago about when you grow papayas or pawpaws at home, usually the skin's like this. It has little spots. It's not pretty looking, but you cut it open and the flesh is amazing and it's delicious. And we were just saying that when you see them in the supermarket, you never see skin with blemishes. It's this absolutely perfect skin. And to get that, there's so much spraying of chemicals to make it look like that. So I just wanted to show you that when you grow it at home, you can avoid all of those chemicals, and just to realize that this is actually what it looks like when you grow at home. Things aren't perfect, and actually this is a sign of what the fruit really should be looking like. So just keep that in mind. And grow your own is the answer to that. So let's keep going around the water tank, and I'm going to take you around and see this system here. And we'll pass more pumpkins. We've seen so many pumpkins growing, and it's the end of the season, but there's pumpkins everywhere in this garden. Okay. We've got some chickens here. Hello, chickies. Okay. So this is the system here. Cole, can you run us through what you've got here?
It's fairly simple, and people have been doing it really for decades. These are simply just 200 litre plastic drums with the top cut out of them. They last quite a while. And the mixture, simply some cow manure, chook manure. I put comfrey in it as well because it's got a lot of minerals in it. Typically we don't use commercial fertiliser here, but I do put a little bit of trace elements in it, some magnesium and copper and that sort of thing. And then often I'll put some spice in it. We've got a fairly rampant spice called Chinese 5 spice. Mm-hmm. Put it in, allegedly it does do something with controlling insect pests a bit.
Right.
But so basically, wood ash as well. Goes into it. So basically just a concoction like that. We make about 1,200 litres at a time, and let it sit for about 3 to 5 months, and just bucket it out around the trees. They really love it.
Okay. How do you, one of the things I found when I'm making this sort of thing at home is you can't bucket it out and put it into a watering can because there's always little bits there and it clogs up. How have you worked that?
An easy way here, especially because there's quite a bit of lifting involved in getting it out of here, is a fairly cheap sludge pump that you can buy from the likes of Bunnings. I can show you one down here.
Okay.
It'll quite happily pump this thick mixture.
Okay, let's have a look at the sludge pump.
You can put your little trailer or whatever up there with the containers on it, and just use something like this.
Okay.
Which will quite happily pump that, save a lot of lifting, and do it much more quickly as well.
Okay, so that works. So you pump it out up to the orchard, which is up there, and then you bucket it out.
Yeah, I'll pump it into a little trailer here behind the ride-on mower, and then take it up and then just bucket it out
Okay.
and tip it around the trees.
And how often would you fertilise them?
Probably 2 or 3 times a year.
Okay, good. Thank you. That's kind of magic stuff. That's the secret stuff that happens behind the scenes when you see this incredible orchard that Cole's got here. It's good to know what actually goes on behind the scenes, and this incredible water tank you've got here.
Yeah, there's about a bit more than a quarter of a million litres here, so we've got a couple of years supply.
Good. All right. Thank you very much.